Welcome to the Daily Influence, where our mission is to deliver a daily dose of positive influence that can uplift you personally or be shared within your sphere of influence. While not every episode may directly apply to your unique circumstances, we strive to provide insights and inspiration relevant to most people's daily, weekly, and monthly lives. Whether you are tuning in during the morning, noon, or night, the Daily Influence is here for you. Listen, share, and embrace the power of influence in your life. Hey everybody, Brian Smith here with the I Am Team series and your Daily Influence. And this is our 200th episode, and I am so happy and so proud to have Gregg Koleno, who is one of our partners at IA, is going to be interviewing for you one of our clients that we have helped through our affiliation through the Pete DuPont Freedom Foundation. And that client is Rosie Tooley with Lazarus, and she provides education services that are just amazing. Her commitment to helping people be the best they can be and having the most positive and responsible influence is really what we're all about here at the I Am Team series. She not only has a program for children that revolves around STEAM, which stands for science, technology, engineering, art, and math, then she swings way over to helping entrepreneurs get ready to understand what it is to have a business and the tools to actually start and run that business. And she even niches that down to veterans who are coming out of either long-term service to our country or who are just coming out of regular service. And she provides this education for a new start. And she starts with children, and then she has these programs for adults. And I am so proud that she's chosen us to help her. I am so proud that she has allowed us to interview her, and I hope that you will have as much positive influence from her as we have here at the I Am Team series, and that the people that she has helped has had. So take a moment, have a good listen or a watch, and enjoy as Gregg and Rosie share with you their positive influence.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Influence, where we are here to have a positive influence on you and hopefully share a little bit to help you make this a great day. And I'm so grateful to have one of our clients and my friend Rosie Tooley of Lessie join us today. Rosie has had such a positive influence on so many people throughout her life, from in the school systems with the children, and now from her retirement from the school system, starting a business school for veterans and people of reentry that have a business or want to start a business. So Rosie, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Gregg. I feel likewise. You have had a great influence on me and my business, and I'm so glad that you were an advisor for me. I want to just reiterate a little bit of what you said about my business. I'm really proud to be the executive director of Lazarus Educational Services Incorporated, where we have several aspects of our work. We do provide business training for adults through our school, and we've just launched our beta plan for our Lazarus Online, and it's being tested right now. And we expect that to be open probably in its fullness by next month. And we also have a STEAM program for youth in the community where we meet after school, and they're enriched by learning the basics of the STEAM, planning, science, technology, engineering, art, and math. And in addition to that, in the summer, we have a summer camp for youth that's called Kids Are Entrepreneurs. And with that, they're learning about financial literacy and business ownership. It's a joy.
Rosie, you're such a joy, and I am so grateful for you, and I know so many others are so grateful for you and what you've brought to them. And what has inspired you to start spreading your positivity and making a difference in the lives of others?
For me, Gregg, it's not a what, it's a who. It would be Jesus Christ. I am a follower, and my life has changed dramatically as a result of what I've learned as I've read the scriptures. In practical terms, one of the things that happened is that my locus of control changed from outside of me into inside. And for people who are familiar with psychology and all that, you know that your locus of control is the center of how you're making decisions. Are you making them for yourself, or are you being influenced by others? And so as a result of the things I've learned, now I can choose how I respond to people. I don't have to respond to them the way that they responded to me. For example, I'm able to be kind, authentically kind to people, even if they don't like me, because I can still look for and see the good in them. And that changed everything. And it gave me a lot more peace and joy and just enjoyment of life and people.
That's wonderful, Rosie. Thank you for sharing that with us. Can you tell us about a specific moment or experience where you felt you made a significant impact on someone's life?
I can. I have in my STEAM program children from the community, and sometimes children are not able to self-regulate as you might hope or expect. And this is true not only for children in my area, which is where I'm serving disadvantaged youth in high poverty area, but it's also true across the board that children need special care at this time. So what happened was this child became easily frustrated, and he would demonstrate that by either saying things or moving things around. But this one particular day, he got really upset and frustrated because I was not able to come to assist him in class as soon as he wanted. He got up and turned the tables over. The laptops fell on the floor. And while the laptops didn't break, the devices that secured them to the table did. And they were unusable anymore. And to my surprise, what I heard myself telling him is that I'm here because I love you, and your behavior is unacceptable. And then I instructed him to clean up the mess that he made, but I didn't put him out, which is what normally would have happened. I allowed him to stay and suggested really strongly that he should apologize, which he did. And it happens that same day, I had promised him a reward of Takis. You know how they like Takis anyway. So for being first to class so often. And I gave him the Takis even on that day, kept keeping my word. And then later on, he did some other things, some other infractions. And because he was the first person to come to class, I had an opportunity to sit down with him and to ask him a scenario. It's like, well, what would you do if you had a friend that you loved who came to your house and they did things that you didn't want them to do, and they kept doing it? He said, I'd put them out. And then they opened the door for me to talk about the situations we were facing, where the training center is my house and he's my guest and he's doing all these different things. And that I had never asked him to leave because I love him. And so we came up with a strategy to talk about different ways to work with people that are difficult, and that particular day he would not be able to use the laptops at all, which is something he loved. And so when you know it, when the other kids came in, they got their STEAM assignments done early. So what's the first thing they asked? Can we use the laptops? Sure. So I had a chance to see that this young man who earlier had turned over the tables in frustration, he sat there and he kind of bounced himself. He bounced on the wall a little bit until I told him to sit down, but he sat back down and he controlled himself to the end of class. And to me, I'm seeing a miracle, because this child has learned to control himself. And I believe, Greg, that changed the projection of his life, because the school to prison pipeline is real. And if you have people who don't know how to control themselves, they're quite often picked up, and that becomes a lifestyle. But now he has something else, and he knows he can control himself. So for me, so far, in this particular school year, that has been one of my greatest examples of a changed life. Love never fails. And that's what I've seen.
Wow, what a story, Rosie. What a difference. What a life lesson that you taught that child. And he will keep that with him for the rest of his life. And look at how quickly he learned from you.
Love doesn't fail. And something else that was really interesting is that his sister was there during all of this. She was there the day that he turned the tables over. And when I told him, I turned to him and I said, "I'm here because I love you." Her eyes got this big, like, what? You're not gonna put it, but she didn't say anything. But on the following session, I was asking them a reason about why I did something. And she piped up and she said, "Because you love us."
Your actions had a positive impact, not only on that one boy, but the whole class.
And it was, the timing of it was really important, because the very next week his family moved away and I haven't seen him since. That's amazing. Yay!
That is amazing. He will remember Ms. Tooley forever.
Mm-hmm. I'll remember him too.
So in your opinion, why is it important for individuals to actively seek opportunities to spread positivity and uplift those around them?
Some of it, Greg, I think is for the benefit of the others, but some of it is for our benefit. Because when you treat people with respect and regard, then you tend to get that back. And if you're in an environment, even if whether it's a work environment or home environment, or wherever you are, when you send out kindness and consideration and gentleness and all of those things, then people respond to that. What comes from the heart goes to the heart. So it benefits them. But look at what happens for the individual as well. When you sow kindness into an environment and you begin to receive it back, it's all good.
Yes, it is, Rosie. Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
I know you've already shared one strategy about love, but can you share any other specific strategies or initiatives that you implemented to promote positivity and make a lasting impact on your personal or professional circles?
Oh, yes, I can. Let's talk about SMART strategies. Oh, yeah. We have to mention that. To have SMART strategy in place. And SMART, of course, having goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. When you begin to use SMART strategies, that's when your business changes for the better, because you're planning in a way that makes it possible for you to achieve your goals. You're getting past the, "oh, I wish I would," or "one day I'm going to actually taking steps to make that happen. And I have just a quick story about one of my clients who we used SMART strategies in class, but we took it beyond that to help her accomplish a goal she had at home. She had been working on clearing her dining room so that she could actually eat at the table for more than 5 months. 5 months. She just couldn't make headway. Things didn't work out. So I'm knowing this, and I'm her business teacher. And so we made a SMART strategy for that. And she knew exactly what she needed to do and what order to do things in. Do you know that she cleared that dining room in one day? One day after 5 months. That's how powerful it is to set it out and to have specific steps, to have it time, to have be able to measure and to your progress. She was overjoyed. She took pictures of it and brought them to class the next session. And it looked beautiful. And she
That's
knew
amazing.
what to do. It was. And, like being specific, you have 3 bags for all the clutter in there. One for things you're keeping, one for things that you're throwing away, and another one for whatever the other thing was, sharing or whatever. So she used them and she got it done in one day. She's like, that's the power of being smart. And for business, it does the same. It works the same way. It makes it possible for me to run essentially 5 businesses in one location because I also have a rental, entrepreneurial rentals upstairs. So that's 5 businesses in one. And we're doing it.
That's a great example that you shared using it personally. And I know you've used it a lot within your business. And thanks for sharing that story. And S.M.A.R.T, we're big believers in S.M.A.R.T, and you're a big believer in it too. It's really changed lives of so many other people.
Mm-hmm.
So what message or words of encouragement would you like to share with our listeners who aspire to make a positive difference in the world?
Listen to people. Actively listen and let them know that you are hearing them and that you're seeking to understand, like Stephen Covey said, seek to understand before you seek to be understood. Listening is a gift. It's a gift that you can give to people freely. Many people feel that nobody knows them, nobody understands them, and that's because they don't feel that they've been heard. So when we listen to people, we validate them. We give them a gift of being understood as being unique and wonderful. So whether the person is a child or an adult, a stranger, or someone you know very well, when you listen to them and you listen empathetically, you are treating them like royalty, and they will remember that and probably respond with love. So that's what I'd like to say.
That's beautiful. I love that. I have a saying that I use for myself. Listen to learn, not perfect, correct, or reject.
Oh, that works really well. Because that's real listening.
Rosie, if people wanted to get in touch with you, what is the best way to?
The best way to contact me would be through email. And I know that you have my email for sure. Or they could go to my website and leave a comment there. I am on various forms of social media. I hired a social media manager. Yay! You should always hire professionals for the things that you know that you need. And so I am on social media, on LinkedIn, and even on TikTok. I don't understand TikTok, but I'm on it. But that's what that I would suggest. Email is probably number 1, and social media is also good.
So I'll include all those in the show notes for our listeners.
Very good. And I'll give you my links to all the different social media sites we have.
Great. Well, Rosie, it's so good to see you and catch up with you and hear about the positive influence you're having on so many people. I thank you for joining us today. I'm grateful for you. I just love you. You're an amazing human.
I love you too. And I am so appreciative of you personally, but also the training that you gave as my advisor to teach me about S.M.A.R.T strategies. and how to use them and how you gently guided me along with the spreadsheets and all that, and to keep me on task and to remember what things I need to do next and, all that kind of thing. You've made a tremendous impact on my business, and I share with them what I learned from you. Thank you.
It's like a ripple in the water. Just keep expanding that positive influence. Thank you for that. That's so sweet of you. And thank you to our listeners for joining us today. We're grateful for each of you to join us. If you're interested in learning more about S.M.A.R.T, contact us. We'd be happy to have a conversation with you about it. And we hope you have a wonderful, positive day.
Thank you.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.